So we're here today because you're part of the Lo-Fi Film Festival, and it's so exciting. My first question is, how long have you been part of this amazing festival?
I've been the faculty advisor of Lo-Fi since 2019, and this year is our third film festival.
Wow. So with this year being your third film festival, it feels like, okay, we've done this before, and now we got some amazing new talent,
Yes.
and it gets better and better as you go. So as far as our audience, I want them to know that it's totally free, right?
Yes, it's totally free. Bring your friends and family, and it's a festival that celebrates women telling stories and LGBTQIA telling stories.
Awesome. And that's a tongue twister, but I'm going to get it. Women telling stories and LGBTQIA telling stories as well.
And we call them creatives.
Creatives. Oh my God, I love it. Creatives. And so, let's see. So, what time is the film festival from, please?
It's going to be at the Frida Theater in Santa Ana on Sunday, March 12th. It will begin, there's like a pre-show at 1,
Nice.
but the screening will start at 2 in the afternoon.
Okay, so I hope you guys are taking notes, especially if you're here in the Orange County, California area. The key word is free entertainment and arts. You have to come out. And let's see, I'm actually looking forward to coming out and meeting some film directors. And so tell me, please, tell me, like out of the women creators that are in the festival, are the majority of them film students here? Film students at the...
Yes, there are film students. We've also had alumni students who've participated, and they are all directors, writers, producers, camera, cinematography, so they run the full gamut.
That is so amazing. So it's pretty much teaching people to dream bigger, you know, and pursue your dreams. So out of the 3 years that you've been doing this film festival, what is like the highlight outcome for you? Like whether it was a student or another filmmaker or producer, something that's really stood out to you after the film festival that made you say, this is something I have to just keep doing.
It's that the stories are so memorable.
Yes.
That you keep thinking about them and you talk about them because the stories are always very character driven, and the filmmakers are taking us on a journey that you don't want it to end, and you don't ever want to forget it.
Amazing. How about that, guys? A journey that you don't want it to end and you never want to forget it. And life takes us on these kind of journeys, and I think that's was one of the amazing parts of having like students and filmmakers that may be not usually heard in a, let's just say, like a male-dominated field.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking, is that kind of where the whole premise kind of came about?
That's how it started. There
Awesome.
were women filmmakers in the department who wanted to get behind the camera. They wanted to have those above-the-line positions.
Yes.
And the group was formed with that objective in mind.
That's so amazing. That's so amazing. Because I feel like, you know, the only way to get outside of a box is to step outside of the box and start making films and women casting women. And I think one thing that we just have to be honest about that, you know, women in film or in business, you have, you know, there's been, you know, there might be some questions about, you know, make some situations that make you feel uncomfortable if you're just basically casting or going out here as a woman, even if it's going at night or because it's a male-dominated field, just feeling like you might have to sacrifice. I guess just me as an artist, I feel comfortable knowing, like, okay, I have this group of women that I have a potential of networking with or auditioning for, that it's not going to be any judgments or any inhibitions, because that's the premise of the whole group.
Yeah.
And I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah. There's a real solidarity. It's a real community, creative, artistic community, that is.
Yes.
And it's very rewarding for all of those involved. And what they create, what they produce, as I said before, incredibly memorable.
Wow. So I'm looking forward to seeing some of these films put on. And this festival is coming up, guys. So you're going to see the posts. You're going to see the posts on my stories, and you're going to see it here. We're serious about getting this information out here, because I feel like if we don't get the information out there, how will the people find out about these things?
Absolutely. You're absolutely right.
And what would you say to any anybody that's listening that are inspiring, like filmmakers or writers, producers, directors that may not fit into the norm, you know what I mean? But what is normal these days, right? So what would you say to them as far as like steps to pursue their goals and dreams? Like, should they wait on it, or how do you feel about that?
Just do it.
Just okay, that's it. She said, "Just do it," like Nike. I love it. So, just do it, guys, and don't let anything hold you back. Let every no mean yes. And I had another really good question for you. So, what made you start pursuing the teaching aspect of the business?
Well, I worked in the industry for about 30 years.
Wow.
And I moved down here with my family. And being older, there was less roles that I was auditioning for.
Yes.
So I decided, what could I do that could still make me happy?
Yes,
that make me
exactly.
fulfilled. And so I chose teaching, and I chose to teach what I used to do. So
That's so amazing, because it's kind of like, it's like living vicariously as well through your students,
Oh,
because
yeah.
then your students go on to be writers, producers, and directors, and it's like, coming from the background of being a fellow thespian, it gives you so much more empathy and understanding,
Yes.
as also being a prior student, obviously, right? So when you did go get your degree in theater, which avenue did you pursue? What is your formal background?
Well, I got my BA in drama from UCI, and then my
Nice.
MFA in acting and directing at Cal State Long Beach.
Wow.
And they really taught me how to teach, basically, because you can have a lot of professional experience, but that doesn't mean that you know how to impart that to others. And I wanted what I taught to be relevant.
Exactly.
So getting that training was essential. I wouldn't have been able to do it without that.
That's amazing. And I think one key thing you said is relevance. You know, when you're working, no matter what it is, you want your work to be relevant. You want your work to be able to be utilized, down the line. Mm-hmm. And I appreciate that, because what is the purpose of putting work out here if it's not going to teach and show other people? So how many years have you been teaching?
I've been teaching, I'm so bad at math, but I've been teaching
Don't worry.
since 2003.
Wow.
And teaching at Saddleback since 2006. But what I really wanted to do is I wanted my classes to have practicum, meaning the act of doing.
Yes.
Because that's, to me, is the most important thing. And also for students to understand what the expectations are of the industry.
Exactly.
A lot of classes can be about acting theory, but they don't go into what are the expectations on set.
Exactly.
What happens in the audition process. So I really want my classes to have that practicum element, and I think that's what separates my classes from others.
And that's so amazing. I was actually listening to a recording today that was saying how the first step is getting into acting classes and doing things of that nature. And also, I think with the in-person classes, you get a chance to touch into and tap into your emotions and the emotions of other actors. So, yes, thank you so much for sharing that. And also, what classes do you teach?
I teach CTVR 290, which is acting for the camera 1.
Yay.
And teach CTVR 291, which is acting for the camera 2. TA 190, which is acting for television and film.
Nice.
And CTVR 191, which is voiceover performance.
That is so amazing. Congratulations on all your accomplishments. And are you also a mother and a wife?
Yes, I am. My husband and I will be celebrating our 35th wedding anniversary.
Yay. Congratulations.
And my son is a public defender at Santa Ana.
Oh, my God. That's so amazing. And just because it's a whole nother job to be a mommy and a wife. And so it's Women's Month. And I have to give kudos. I couldn't do your interview without giving you props.
And I have to give you props, too.
Thank you. Yes, and as y'all know, I am a mother. And I have 6 amazing children, 3 grown and 3 babies. And I give honor to God for giving me the strength to be a mother and continue my education to empower other women and other mothers. And my children, look, if I can get these grades, you can get them too, right?
It's a blessing, isn't it?
It is. So thank you so much for your time. And I look forward to seeing you at the Lo-Fi Festival this Sunday.
I'm so glad that you're going to be there.
Me too. Thank you so much and have an amazing day.
You too.
Thank you. You're welcome.